Welcome to Ear on English, where stories meet language learning in the most captivating way. Join us as we explore exciting narratives while sharpening your English listening and speaking skills. Lights, camera, action. Let's dive into the story.
Story number 1. Exploring India. An amazing journey of discovery. In the busy city of Mumbai, my adventure in India began. Amongst the loud noise of car horns and lively markets, I felt excited to explore. Mumbai was full of life, from the famous gateway of India to the busy streets of Colaba Causeway. I walked around Dharavi, amazed by the people's determination and creativity. Leaving Mumbai, I went to Jaipur, a city filled with history. The Amber Fort was impressive, and the markets were colorful. Riding an elephant to the fort made me feel special. Next, I visited Kerala's peaceful backwaters. I relaxed on a traditional houseboat, surrounded by greenery and the sounds of nature. I enjoyed delicious coconut dishes and watched beautiful sunsets. In Madurai, I explored ancient temples and enjoyed tasty South Indian food. Then, I traveled to Darjeeling, where I saw vast tea plantations and breathtaking mountain views. The Taj Mahal was the highlight of my trip. Seeing it at dawn was emotional, and its beauty was overwhelming. Throughout my journey, I met friendly people and experienced India's diverse culture. From busy cities to quiet villages, India was full of surprises and adventures. Leaving India, I carried memories of laughter, friendship, and unforgettable experiences. India is truly a place of wonder and discovery that will always hold a special place in my heart. Story number 2. The Brave Mom, a story of courage and love of a mother. In a small village surrounded by hills in India, there was a courageous woman named Priya. Priya was a loving mother to her two kids, Arjun and Anjali. Despite facing many tough times, she stayed strong and dedicated to her family. Every morning, Priya woke up early to the sounds of birds and leaves. She started her day by praying for her children's well-being at the family altar. Then, she got busy making breakfast and packing lunch for Arjun and Anjali. Arjun, the older one, aimed to be a doctor. Priya woke him up gently, urging him to study hard for his dream. Anjali loved dancing, and Priya often saw her dancing joyfully in the courtyard. Even though they didn't have much, Priya made sure her kids never lacked love. She sewed clothes for them, fixed their shoes, and cooked with whatever she could afford. Despite not having fancy things, her children felt rich in love because of their caring mother. Over the years, Priya faced many challenges. Sometimes crops failed, and they struggled for food. Other times, sickness hit, and Priya stayed up all night nursing her children back to health, worrying all the while. But Priya stayed strong for her family. When her husband died suddenly, leaving them with no money, she took on odd jobs and sold vegetables to support her kids alone. Even in tough times, Priya never lost hope. She taught her kids to be strong and never give up. She pushed Arjun to study and cheered on Anjali in her dancing. Years later, when Arjun became a doctor and Anjali a famous dancer, they looked back with gratitude for their mom's sacrifices. They knew it was Priya's love and hard work that made them succeed, and they promised to make her proud. In their quiet village, Priya's love remained a source of hope and inspiration, showing the incredible strength of mothers everywhere. In every mother's heart, there's a love so strong it can overcome anything. Story number 3. A story of friendship and discovery. Once upon a time in a cozy neighborhood, there lived a group of amazing friends: Sarah, Jack, Emily, and Alex. They were inseparable, always sharing laughter, adventures, and good times together. Sarah was the bubbly one, with a smile that could light up the room. Jack was the adventurous spirit, always coming up with exciting plans for the group. Emily was the kind-hearted friend, who would do anything to help others. And Alex was the funny one, with a knack for making everyone laugh with his silly jokes and antics. Every day after school, the friends would gather at their favorite spot in the park, a big, shady tree where they could sit and talk for hours. They shared stories about their day, traded secrets, and dreamed about all the amazing things they wanted to do together. One sunny afternoon, as they sat beneath their favorite tree, Sarah had an idea. "Let's go on a treasure hunt," she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. The others eagerly agreed, and they set off on their adventure, armed with a map Jack had drawn and a sense of curiosity that knew no bounds. Their journey took them through fields and forests, across rivers and over hills. Along the way, they encountered all sorts of obstacles: a muddy puddle, a fallen tree, even a grumpy old farmer guarding his pumpkin patch. But together, they persevered, helping each other overcome every challenge that came their way. Finally, after hours of searching, they stumbled upon the hidden treasure, a chest filled with shiny coins, colorful jewels, and mysterious artifacts. As they marveled at their discovery, they realized that the real treasure was not the riches they had found, but the friendship and camaraderie they shared. With hearts full of joy and laughter, they made their way back home, knowing that no matter where life took them, they would always have each other. And as they said goodbye beneath their favorite tree, they made a promise to keep adventuring, keep exploring, and keep making memories together, forever and always. Story number 4. Granny's Garden. Once upon a time, in a cozy little village nestled between rolling green hills and babbling brooks, there lived a sweet old woman named Granny Rose. Granny Rose was everyone's favorite grandmother, known for her warm smile, gentle hugs, and delicious apple pies. Granny Rose lived in a quaint cottage with a thatched roof, surrounded by a vibrant garden bursting with colorful flowers. Every morning, she would wake up with the sun, put on her worn apron, and head outside to tend to her garden. With her trusty watering can in hand, she would carefully nurture each plant, whispering words of encouragement to her beloved flowers. Her garden was like a magical sanctuary, attracting all kinds of visitors. Butterflies fluttered gracefully from bloom to bloom, while busy bees buzzed around collecting nectar. Even the birds would chirp melodious tunes, as if singing praises to Granny Rose's green thumb. But Granny Rose's garden wasn't just a haven for wildlife, it was also a gathering place for the villagers. On sunny afternoons, children would frolic among the flowers, chasing butterflies and playing hide and seek behind the bushes. Families would often stop by for a chat with Granny Rose, sipping tea and sharing stories as they basked in the beauty of her garden. Granny Rose's green fingers seemed to have a magical touch, for her garden flourished like no other. Her roses bloomed in shades of red, pink, and yellow, filling the air with their sweet fragrance. Her daffodils nodded their golden heads in the breeze, while her tulips swayed gracefully as if dancing to an invisible melody. But Granny Rose's greatest joy was sharing her garden's bounty with others. She would often pick armfuls of fresh flowers and arrange them into beautiful bouquets, which she would then hand out to anyone who needed a little cheer. Her apple pies, baked with love and sprinkled with cinnamon, were famous throughout the village, and she would gladly share them with anyone who stopped by for a visit. As the years went by, Granny Rose's garden became more than just a patch of land. It became a symbol of love, kindness, and community spirit. And though Granny Rose may have been getting older, her spirit remained as vibrant as ever, nourished by the beauty of her beloved garden and the love of those around her. And so, dear friends, if ever you find yourself in need of a little warmth and cheer, just remember the story of Granny Rose and her magical garden, where love blossomed like the flowers, and kindness was always in full bloom. Story number 5. A Furry Friendship. In a bustling city neighborhood, there lived a young girl named Emily who longed for a furry friend to call her own. Every day on her way to school, Emily would pass by the pet store, pressing her nose against the glass to admire the playful puppies and cuddly kittens inside. One sunny afternoon, as Emily walked home from school, she noticed a small, scruffy dog sitting alone in the park. Its fur was matted and its eyes were filled with sadness. Emily's heart went out to the poor pup, and without a second thought, she approached it with a gentle smile. "Hello there, little one," Emily said softly, extending her hand for the dog to sniff. To her delight, the dog wagged its tail and licked her hand, as if thanking her for the attention. From that moment on, Emily and the dog, whom she named Charlie, became inseparable companions. They would spend hours exploring the park, playing fetch with a worn-out tennis ball, and snuggling together on lazy afternoons. Charlie quickly became Emily's constant source of joy and comfort. Whenever she felt sad or lonely, he would nuzzle against her leg, his warm presence soothing her troubles away. And in return, Emily showered Charlie with love and affection, caring for him as if he were her own flesh and blood. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Emily and Charlie's bond grew stronger with each passing moment. They shared everything together, from delicious treats to secret adventures in the backyard. And through it all, their love only continued to blossom. But one day, tragedy struck when Charlie fell ill and had to be rushed to the vet. Emily was beside herself with worry, fearing the worst for her beloved companion. She spent countless hours by Charlie's side, holding his paw and whispering words of encouragement, willing him to get better. Miraculously, with Emily's unwavering love and the skilled care of the vet, Charlie eventually made a full recovery. Emily was overjoyed to have her furry friend back by her side, and she vowed to cherish every moment they shared together, knowing just how precious their bond truly was. And so, dear friends, let this be a reminder of the incredible power of pet love, of the unbreakable bond between a girl and her dog, and of the magic that happens when two souls find each other in this vast and wondrous world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.